Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're embarking on a journey to a country often imagined as flat and coastal, Denmark. But is that the whole story? We're going to dive deep into Denmark's geography, exploring its so-called mountains, winding rivers, and serene lakes. You might be surprised by what we find. When you think of mountains, you probably picture towering, snow-capped peaks. Well, Denmark is going to challenge that image. The country is famously low-lying with an average elevation of just 31 meters above sea level. So where are the mountains? The highest natural point in Denmark is mOften, standing at a modest 170.86 meters. Yes, you heard that right. To put it in perspective, that's less than half the height of the Eiffel Tower. mOften is located in the Ejer Bjerge hills in Jutland, the large peninsula connected to mainland Europe. It's a gentle rolling hill rather than a rugged peak. A millstone marks the summit, a tribute to the Ejer mill that once stood there. Visiting mOften offers beautiful panoramic views of the surrounding countryside, a patchwork of fields, forests, and small villages. It's a perfect example of Denmark's subtle and charming landscapes. Just a stone's throw away from mOften is another contender for the highest point, Yding at 170.77 meters. For years, there was a lively debate about which point was truly the highest. Yding has Bronze Age burial mounds on its summit, which, if included, would make it taller. However, official measurements now only count the natural ground level, giving mOften the crown. This friendly rivalry adds a fun layer of history to the geography of the region. Another notable mountain is Ejer Bjerge, which translates to the Sky Mountain. For a long time, it was mistakenly thought to be Denmark's highest point. Standing at 147 meters, it's not the tallest, but it is one of the most famous. Its fame comes from its historical significance as a gathering place for democratic movements in the 19th century. A 25-meter-tall tower was erected on its summit to commemorate the Danish Constitution. The view from Ejer Bjerge, overlooking the beautiful Silkeborg Lakes, is absolutely breathtaking and makes it a must-visit spot. These Danish mountains might not offer extreme climbing challenges, but they provide a wonderful insight into the country's history and its gentle, rolling beauty. Now let's shift our focus from the high points to the waterways that carve through the Danish landscape. While Denmark doesn't have massive, sprawling rivers like the Amazon or the Nile, its rivers are the lifeblood of its ecosystems and have shaped its history and settlements. The longest river in Denmark is the Yding. Stretching for about 176 kilometers, it flows through central Jutland, connecting a series of beautiful lakes before emptying into the Randers Fjord. The Yding has been a vital transportation route for centuries, used for transporting goods and people long before modern roads were built. Today, it's a paradise for outdoor enthusiasts. You can canoe or kayak its gentle currents, passing through lush forests, open meadows, and charming towns like Silkeborg, Bjerge, and Randers. Fishing is also a popular activity along the Yding, with salmon and trout being prized catches. The river's journey is a scenic tour of Jutland's heartland, showcasing a side of Denmark that is both tranquil and full of life. It's a perfect example of how nature and culture are intertwined in this country. Another significant river is the Skjern River, or Skjern Å. It's the most voluminous river in Denmark in terms of water flow. In the 1960s, a large part of the river and its surrounding wetlands were drained for agriculture. This had a severe impact on the local wildlife and environment. However, in one of Europe's most ambitious nature restoration projects, the Skjern River was returned to its natural, winding course in the early 2000s. Today, the Skjern River Delta is a spectacular nature reserve, a haven for birds and a testament to Denmark's commitment to environmental conservation. Visitors can walk along boardwalks, climb birdwatching towers, and even take a self-drawing ferry across the river. It is a powerful story of nature's resilience and a beautiful place to experience the wilder side of Denmark. Other notable rivers include the Stork, known for its salmon fishing, and the Suske, the longest river on the island of Zealand, which flows through picturesque landscapes near Næstved. Each river tells a different story, whether it's one of historical trade, ecological recovery, or recreational bliss. They are the arteries of the Danish landscape, connecting land, lakes, and sea. From the rivers, we naturally flow into the topic of lakes. Denmark is dotted with over 1,000 lakes, most of which were formed by glaciers during the last ice age. These lakes are central to Danish recreation and natural beauty, especially in the area known as the Lake District around Silkeborg. The largest lake in Denmark is Ejer, located on the island of Zealand north of Copenhagen. Covering about 40 square kilometers, it's a relatively shallow lake surrounded by forests and meadows. It's a designated EU habitat area, important for its rich bird life, including white-tailed eagles. Ejer is connected to the Randers Fjord by a canal, and its shores offer lovely trails for hiking and cycling. However, the most famous lake system is undoubtedly the Silkeborg Lakes. This isn't just one lake, but a chain of them connected by the Yding River. Lakes like Jølsø, Brasø, and Boresø create a stunning aquatic landscape surrounded by some of Denmark's densest forests and highest mountains, including Ejer Bjerge. One of the best ways to experience the Silkeborg Lakes is by taking a trip on Jutland, one of the world's oldest operating coal-fired paddle steamers, which has been ferrying passengers since 1861. It's a journey back in time, gliding peacefully across the water while enjoying the incredible scenery. The combination of clear water, green forests, and historic landmarks makes this area one of Denmark's top natural attractions. Another noteworthy lake is Furesø, located just a short trip from Copenhagen. It's the deepest lake in Denmark and a popular spot for city dwellers looking to escape into nature. Its clean water makes it ideal for swimming, sailing, and kayaking. The surrounding forests have well-marked trails, making it a perfect day trip destination for a dose of outdoor activity. These lakes, whether large and expansive or small and hidden, are integral to the Danish way of life. They are places for friluftsliv, the open-air living that is so cherished in Scandinavia. They offer spaces for reflection, recreation, and connection with nature. So while Denmark may not have the dramatic fjords of Norway or the towering Alps of Switzerland, its geography is full of a unique and understated charm. The gentle hills or bjerge, the life-giving rivers or arar, and the serene lakes or sur come together to create a landscape that is both peaceful and profoundly beautiful. It's a country that invites you to slow down, to paddle a canoe down a quiet river, to hike a gentle hill for a rewarding view, or to simply sit by a lake and watch the world go by. The geography of Denmark is a reminder that grandeur isn't always about scale. Sometimes the most beautiful landscapes are the ones that whisper rather than shout. Thank you so much for joining me on this geographical tour of Denmark's mountains, rivers, and lakes. I hope it's given you a new appreciation for this beautiful country. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more journeys around the world. Let me know in the comments if you've ever visited any of these places or if Denmark is on your travel list. Until next time, travel safe and stay curious.